Hello, hello, hello. We'll move on to question number 2 of our 2025 BC Mathematics. Question number A talks about evaluate 4,000 times 0.35 all out of 0.05, leaving the answer in standard form. Then the second one talks about Mr. Boachi gets 10% commission on type P house. He sells and 15% on type Q house. He sells 3 type P houses at 700,000 Ghana cedis and 4 type Q at 1,400,000 Ghana cedis each. Calculate the total commission he makes. So let's look at these two questions. For number 2. So question number 2A, we are to evaluate 4,000 times 0.35 all out of 0.05, leaving our answer in standard form. So you can decide to change the decimal fractions to common fractions. A very simple way of doing so, 4,000 times, you write the number without the decimal, which is 35 out of 1. The number of the decades after a decimal point would make you introduce zeros. So once there are 2 decades after a decimal point, I introduce 2 zeros over there. The denominator was 0.05. The number is 5 out of 1. Once there are 2 decades after my point, I introduce 2 zeros. Now this should go off with this. So I'm going to have 40 times 35, and that's divided by 5 out of 100. So that should be 40 times 35. Division of fractions, sign changes to times. Then we turn upside down the second fraction. 5 here 1, 5 here 7. 40 times 7 is 280. And 280 times 100 is 280,000, which is 28,000. Now you are asked to leave your answer in standard form, which means your decimal point should be right behind the 2. Decimal point is here. How many movement goes? 1, 2, 3, 4. So ideally it should be 2.8000. You went left 2 times 10 exponent 4. But in decimals, if you have zeros, they don't add any value to the number. So 2.8000 can be seen as 2.8. It's the same, and that's times 10 exponent 4. And that ends question number 1. A different approach of solving this is to convert the decimals. We have 4,000 times 0.35 out of 0.05. So this is 4,000 times 1, 2, that makes it 35. And the movement was towards the right. So that's times 10 to a negative exponent 2. 1, 2, that makes it also 5. That's 10 exponent negative 2. Now, you should be smart enough here. Any number by itself should divide through and give you 1. So I can take off this. And then 5 here, 1, 5 here, 7. Same 28,000. Same 2.8 times 10 exponent 4. And that ends that particular aspect too. And this question, marks of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were allocated. You've been able to convert the 0.35, you have your M1. you've been able to convert 0.35 or 0.05, you have your M1. You've been able to do both, you have your E1. Then you've been able to simplify like I've done, you have your M1. You've been able to get this, you have your E1. And for this 2.8, you have A1. That's 5 marks for that. Now, question number B. There is 10% on type P houses and 15% on type Q houses. So you can decide, four type Q houses were sold, whereas three type P houses were sold. So you can find the total sales for the type P houses. Total sales. There are three type P houses, each is 700,000. So my total sales will be 700,000 times 12. This is going to be 21, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's 2,100,000 Ghana cedis. So the total sales on type Q houses. Each type Q house, each type Q house is costing 1,400,000. So 1,400,000 times 4. 0,0,0,0,0. 4,416, 414 plus the 15. And that's 5,600,000 for the type Q houses, and for type P houses. After knowing the total sales, now you can find the commission on type P houses. The commission on type P houses is 10%. So that's 10 out of 100 times 2,100,000. This goes up and that goes up. So 1 times that is 210,000 cedis. Commission on type Q house is that 15%. 15 out of 100 times 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you now have 56,000 times 15. Please do what to show evidence. Without the evidence, you lose the marks that proceed after this. 0,005, 630, 5525 plus the 328, 0,00166,155. And that should be 0,000,014,8. And that is also 840,000. Now the question demands that you find our total commission. So our total commission is going to be 840,000 plus 210,000, which is going to be 105,000, which is 1,050,000. Once it's your final answer, leave your answer in 2 decimals. And that is it for this particular question. The other approach you can use in solving this is find the 10% on 700,000. When done, that's the commission on one of the P houses. They multiply it by 3, since they are 3, So each of them is 70,000. 10% of 300,000 is 70,000. Times 3 is 110,000. Then you also find the 15% on 1,400,000. If you do that, you multiply your answer also by 4. I think that would be 210,000 for each. If you are finding 15% of 1,400,000, you're going to get 840, 400 and you're going to get 210,000. To multiply that by 4, you get 840,000. You sum the two up, you are good to go. what's the mark distribution for this particular question also? Once you are able to find the amount received on type P houses or the total sales, you're going to have M1 for correct calculation, E1 for the accuracy. Then once you're finding 10% of that, you're going to have E1 for that. Once you're also finding the total sales of type Q houses, you have M1 for the solution, A1 for the accuracy. Once you're also finding the commission for the type Q houses, we have M1. Then here, simplifying, let's see evidence of you multiplying this to get your result, M1 for that. Then the result for this, you have E1 for it. Then the sum of the two, M1, then the answer E1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 marks for this particular question. The A part also took 5 marks, making up 15 marks. And that ends the solution on question number 2.